Iran News Now. Iranians vote in presidential runoff. How will it affect the world? In a second vote on Friday, a reformist and conservative hardliner will compete to replace Ebrahim Raisi amid historic voter indifference. Reformist lawmaker Masoud Pezeshkian and ultra-conservative former nuclear negotiator Saeed Jalali received the most votes on June 28 after none of the four initial candidates received more than 50%. Pezeshkian led by 3.9 percentage points. However, the first round saw the lowest voter turnout for a presidential election since 1979, indicating discontent among a citizenry losing faith in the ruling religious elite. Iranian political opposites Pezeshkian and Jalali. At a time when Iran faces an economy in ruins, a restive youth movement, and rising tensions with Israel and the US, each candidate may lead Iran differently. Expectations for Friday's second round of elections and how they may affect Iran and the world. What happened in round 1? Raisi, Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian, and other officials died in a helicopter crash in the distant northwest on May 19, prompting the quick election. 3 conservatives and 1 reformist ran for the country's top elected seat after the powerful 12-member Guardian Council, which oversees elections and legislation and reports directly to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, barred dozens of other candidates. State news agency IRNA reported that Pezeshkian led with 42.5% of the vote in the first round and Jalali with 38.6%. Only 24 million of 60 million eligible voters voted, a 40% turnout, despite Khamenei's call for maximum involvement to strengthen the Islamic Republic against its enemies. Participation was record low in a country where presidential elections generally have over 60%. Iranians who talked to CNN in Tehran before the first vote have little faith in the candidates, especially because the Guardian Council vets them. The turnout implies that this anger and disappointment with the regime as a whole is really not limited to the reformists. CNN quoted Washington-based Iran analyst and Quincy Institute executive vice president Trita Parsi. Even conservatives seem angry and disillusioned with the system, as their participation was low. However, analysts suggest voters may start changing before the second round. Conservatives, including those who supported hardliner Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf in the first round, appear to be supporting reformist Pezeshkian over Jalali. Is conservatism splitting? You clearly have had a division within the conservatives, Parsi said CNN, including in the IRGC, where Jalali served. Analysts say conservatives may want to abandon some of President Raisi's harsh measures, which Jalali may maintain. Conservatives include IRGC founder and senior member Sardar Mohsen Rashid. Rashid supported Pezeshkian on Monday and urged people to defend him from cowardly attacks, according to conservative Iranian news outlet Khabar Online. Sami Nazeri Tarkarani, Ghalibaf's electoral campaign leader, also supported reformist Pezeshkian, shocking onlookers, Khabar Online said. Other Ghalibaf supporters stated they are trying to influence conservatives and silent voters to support the reformist candidate. Analysts said conservative differences reveal that camp sentiments are not uniform. Anti-establishment sentiments are not limited to only the reformists, you also have it in the ranks of the IRGC, Parsi said, adding that the current rifts are remarkable considering the regime's efforts to concentrate power in conservative hands. According to Chatham House's Middle East and North Africa program head Sanam Vakil, not everyone in the IRGC supports or prefers conservative or hardline ideas. Iranian politics is fractious and split. Winning for Pezeshkian means what? In a presidential discussion on Monday, observers said both candidates were bent on winning over the 60% of the people who did not vote. Sina Tusi, an Iran researcher and senior scholar at the Center for International Policy in Washington, D.C., wrote on X that Pezeshkian is using more radical rhetoric to attract non-voters. Jalali is trying to soften his image and has agreed with Pezeshkian several times. Tusi noted that Azeri Kurdish Pezeshkian has targeted minorities, women, and youth. The establishment appoints from its own circles and excludes the rest of the nation, the contender claimed in the Monday debate. In an interview with Iran's Iran TV, Pezeshkian famously said, "It is our fault. We want to force religious faith. Not scientifically possible." During the discussion, he stated, "The problem of the poor is us," adding that if candidates want to improve voter turnout, they, the voters, must feel that officials sit at the same table as they do. Iran has struggled to survive under U.S. sanctions for years, leaving millions of people poor. Iran's June inflation rate was 36.1%, straining wallets, and not below 30% in 5 years. Following the Trump administration's withdrawal from the 2015 nuclear agreement and reimposition of harsh sanctions on Iran, inflation persists. Pezeshkian urged resuming Western discussion and ending sanctions. Recent months have seen Iran back militant organizations across the Middle East that have targeted Israeli and U.S. sites in Gaza, worsening its relationship with the West. The Islamic Republic has also increased its nuclear program and cut ties with the IAEA. What will Jalali victory mean? Jalali also appealed to women and youth, stating that students and young Iranians must come. He maintained that Iran should not depend on the West for progress, as the supreme leader has done in recent weeks. We must make the enemy regret imposing sanctions, Jalali added, echoing late President Raisi, who tried to strengthen relations with U.S. rivals under Western isolation. The candidates' contrasting views come amid rising Iran-Israel hostility,